Okay, folks, filming from my chair here. I'm just sitting here looking. Sun's bright and shiny and hot. I'm enjoying it. But anyway, here's the deal. I got some belts ordered. As you can see, there's the only belt I had, which is the fan generator. Wait a minute, generator water pump. And that belt's not too hard to find. About 18 bucks. The other belt, that's a 7/8 wide, I think. The other belt's like 1.1 inch wide, and it is $40. And it's a short belt, but it's for the fan. But you don't have a choice. I mean, I looked and couldn't find anywhere else. Called local and nobody could get it anywhere. The part numbers I was giving them, they couldn't even look them up, or they couldn't find them, so I gave up on that. So anyway, we do have belts coming. I did buy a 32 grill shell and grill. The price went down on them. You know, last time it was $204 or $208, I think. Now they're down to $193, I think. So they went down a little bit. But really nice grill shells and stainless steel inserts. So, you know, I don't have any complaints about that. And we're going to figure out which radiator I want to use. I thought about using a flathead V8 radiator because we've got 2 water ports on here at the top, but we go back to only having one at the bottom. So with only having one at the bottom, I don't know if you know, if I want to cap one of them off. And also these lines are a little bit smaller than what they are on the flathead V8s because they had dual water pumps. So we'll probably run a single, probably a Ford V8 style. I think if we can get it with the water inlet on this side, well, I say inlet, outlet from the radiator into the engine, and then the inlet's the top side, and then we can get it in the center, then we can tee them together. You know, the 2 pipes, they're 1.25 inches apiece, so it won't be any problem to do. So that's in the future. Right now I think the goal is to try to get it started, get the still got to finish the transmission mount on the back. I want to get the clutch hooked up, get the floor pan in permanent, and shifter I've already got in. I did go ahead and straighten out the plug wires. I got them all clean and nice and looking good. So that's done. I think you can see the headlights I'm using. They're off of that Plymouth. You know, I don't do this very often, but we can't save every car. You know, unfortunately. You know, I save a lot of them that ain't really worth saving anyway, but the Plymouth we're going to part out. I found a guy that needs the grill and the grill shell and the hood and possibly some fenders. I needed the headlights, or I wanted the headlights for this thing. So I'm using them on here. They're not perfect, but they're fine for this car. And let me see, we're running an electric fuel pump on this. I don't like electric fuel pumps. I'll be the first to tell you that. I don't like new model anything when it comes to electronics if I can keep from it. But the fuel pump for this is $150 and it's got a vacuum pump on it, but it's the only one I can find. I thought about making my own rod to go down, but I just don't have time to mess with it. So I'm going to cap it. Just cut a cap. Small block Chevrolet cap will probably work. I might have one of them around. But just cap it off, be done with it, and put the electric on the frame. I got one of the little ones that does, I think it's like 1 to 4 psi. It's the smallest one. It's actually a Holley, so maybe it'll be okay. And then we'll run, you know, like I said, electric fuel pump. Pipes, I'm leaving them on there at least until I get it started up. We hear what it sounds like. I need to cap that off yet. And I've got a place broke on the water pump where a fitting goes in that I have got to get taken care of. That's why I went ahead and pulled it off. I can set it up on the mill and machine it. So besides that, I think we're moving right along. Now, the air cleaner. I kept saying, you know, make sure you paint the air cleaner because of the pink color on it. Of course I'm going to paint it first, but second, I didn't even recognize in my head that it was even pink or any other color. I was looking at the design of it. So, you know, you can paint something any color you want to paint it. So I didn't even pass my mind or even cross my mind of what color that was. And I don't know if it's red or pink, but anyway, my point is you know, we're going to paint it and clean it up, but I did find out what it fits. This is a factory air filter for a 37, 8, 9, somewhere through there Plymouth. So that 36 Plymouth that came off of it may have been original for it. That's where I found it at, and I liked it. It don't quite fit that carburetor, but we can work with that. I just like the looks of it. And besides that, everything's working out pretty good. I'm going to take the generator apart and we'll pull the alternator apart. If we have to, we can make a top pulley. I've made a lot of billet aluminum pulleys for tractors, pulling tractors over the years. And I know that traditional hot rods don't have billet on them. I don't care. It's not a big issue to me. I'm not trying to stay true to any particular thing. The other thing, pipes running straight up. Never. I'll never do stacks on an engine coming out. This ain't a rat rod. I don't want to put a rat rod together. Got a CAT scan going on again. She seems to like this car a lot. I don't know why. But anyway, and I still got to cut away the old piece of motor mount and clean it up. And I got the jack under it still because I've got to get these mounts off and get them cleaned up and painted. And we got to get the starter wired. I've got it on. So, all right, let's get at it, and I'll show you a little more as I go. All right, so we've got the clutch hooked up. Got the cross member finished. We've officially got a rubber mount on it now, instead of just the angle going across and it bolted directly to it. So we're good there. And let me see, we're going to drain what's in the transmission if there's anything in it. I don't think there's really much in it. I think I lost it, most of it, but I haven't had any leak out, but we'll see how bad it looks, if there's any in it. Oh, look, it didn't have the right stuff in it either. That's gear oil. It's supposed to have Dextron. So that kind of sucks. So I'm going to jack the other side of this car up a little bit and get it leaning, and then we're going to probably run maybe a little bit of diesel through it or something. Just enough to wash the bottom out, and then we'll put some Dextron back in it. Yeah, a lot of people put gear oil back in these, but you're not supposed to. And I'm not saying it hurts it. I'm not going to say that I know what happens to it. If you do that, I'm just saying that you're not supposed to. And so we'll do away with it. But, don't look like there was about a half cord in it, but I'm sure they lost most of it out the tail shaft when they pulled the drive shaft out. So, all right, I think we're about, well, drive shaft's in. I just got to tighten the bolts up. Don't have a lot to do. We're just going to keep at it until we can get it, at least get it where we can start it up and see how it sounds with our goofy exhaust. Okay, folks, the plan was to fire it up. We'll see what it's going to sound like, but I forgot to cap that other exhaust pipe off. We're going to start it anyway, or try to start it. See what happens. Try it once real quick. Okay, I had some technical difficulties. Now it's plumb near dark. Forgot to put a plug in this. So this is just going to have to do for now. See what it sounds like. All right. Okay, we've run out of daylight, and we're going to go ahead and get some more work done tomorrow, get this capped off so we can actually hear what it's going to sound like. I think it's going to do good. Got, you know, a little running issue still to take care of. The points are not right yet, and I'm having trouble with that distributor. There's balls inside of it that go between the plate and the sides of it, and it was popping out of place. So we're going to do a little work on that distributor, see if we can get it right. And somebody had said something about they was glad I took the two barrel piece off there, that it looked like crap because it looked like something a 15-year-old kid got conned into buying from J.C. Whitney. And it kind of made me laugh because that was actually the look I was going for. That's the whole point of this. This is, you know, built like I was when I was 15, but I did things a little different than most. When I got, you know, 19 years old and got married, I didn't have any fast cars. I got rid of all my stuff, everything. So everything I worked on and built was to make money. You know, I had an old Vermeer track trencher that I put a Nissan front-wheel drive engine on and started, you know, digging ditches with it. And then I started building wreckers, got on highway patrol rotation and all that stuff. So for years and years, that's all I done. And now I'm playing. You know, that's the difference. I quit all that until my son got grown and got out on his own, and I got in a position where I could actually afford to do a little bit of something. So that's what I'm doing now. So that 15-year-old buying that dual two-barrel, you know, that's exactly what I would have done, because I didn't have any money. I wouldn't have been able to buy an intake. I would have bought that adapter for the two-barrel and put it on. So if I put it on, I put it on, you know. I'm not going to worry about what anybody else thinks about it. So we'll decide later on that, but we're going to keep rolling on it. Appreciate everybody watching. Oh, I did get in it and try it, and it did move, so everything's good. It feels like the clutch is releasing up high, so I may have to readjust the clutch a little bit, but we're pretty good though. All right, appreciate everybody watching. Till next time, bye.